Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they can't claim to fully understand something to do with I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk. Alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, truth be told...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around... You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. But, and what made me want to come here 30 years ago? I don't have answers to those questions, because in the past, I knew I wanted to stay here.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason But if you can't remember anything... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
Looks like Tejima's diary. Let's see what we have today. The villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I... Seems like your average diary. Huh? Wait, I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most Now that's the kind of info we're looking for!
Strider.
So this is the Omamori interesting. Looking at the color, but anyway, if he had this with him all the time...
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Into the wind.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Somewhere that Tejima visit. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty. It looks like a letter. The paper's Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason Tejima came, but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Well, I'll be. I'd certainly. But still. It's clear. Over the years, how could I have forgotten? Love? Regret? No. Not. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think. Although, what if she were to turn? When I think about it like that, how curious. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Fine.
Speed of light. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in INAZUMA, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold the—
The entire clan is counting on that food! We demand— How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything—
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and...
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that—
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be...
To be perfectly honest, I don't... All I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency?
I didn't take any. Like I said. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. He seems to be tough, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those... We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have...
We really outdid ourselves this... All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. Today's just the beginning.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's...
Another test subject. Fry!
Mighty mythical beast! Aw, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, but now that you've caught us...
You've got a deal. Now show it.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here, but
Yeah. Oh, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. A Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some
Shut it. Let's just...
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps there's... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of... How did Kurosawa end up...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase However, the price...
So that's how he was getting those... But why did he have to purchase a huge...
Well, if you think about it, the citizen Kurosawa thought that it so he deemed it necessary to take on...
Wow. Kurosawa, and no one ever appreciated...
People's attitudes will always reflect their if you ask me, of course, I'm sure there would... As for why he chose to spend his own money, if you're still curious, why don't you go... I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword? What's so...
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never... Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but before you go...
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of... Don't worry. I won't charge much for...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can...
presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoard?
That just about sums it up. It turned...
Strange. I don't really have any. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that this sword was once wielded by my... I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was all I can remember now is my father telling me and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some... Can you recognize the words?
virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased... The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover it. In any case, we must never let him sell off... Yeah. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Don't worry. Atsuko will be fine.
Atsuko... She's still okay?
Whether it takes me uphill, downhill, or out to the sticks, I get the goods from A to B. Wind Strider!
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong.
Maybe, but... Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken.
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all.
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is in pain. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about them, but then we got here and overheard you...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to... You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Since I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, Sensei's name is Domon. A name, though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken. He says the strangest things over. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil But if I'm honest...
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But so don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just... The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and...
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
This scenery is wonderful.
Shh. So you decided to come. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him. When she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those names. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the ritual has now begun. All we can... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up...
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it. Come on! Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few...
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here, and what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister!
Bad news? I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior? What?
Anzai? Yes, that's because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else's. When we were young, we trained under the same... I had begun training 5 practitioners of Make Yoshi's Sui art, seek to achieve... But Domon was different. Sensei scolded him and told him that the... I thought so too at the time. But only then did I realize that it was Domon. He was consumed...
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his... I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, so you see, I came here not to... Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no... But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which... And all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai is taken...
Lady Yai? Is that... The same Lady Yai that I think...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has a I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Naruk... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sin...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't...
No, that's not what I meant. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out if the...
Time to go.
Brings a smile to my face.
So many regrets. Wind Strider.
This is the end.
Let's dance.
Strider.
Let the show begin.
Wish my sister could play hide and seek with me. What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Wind Strider!
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look it was probably nothing.
Keep away. Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession. This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil.
But... then did...
Yes. This is a change. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual as one who is thrown into the sea. Though, as for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fun... There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to... When that ambition disappeared...
Poor sensei. To think he's...
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kind. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambition, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of...
But what if one day... The same thing I put everything I had into trying to become the best. If there's a chance they'll end.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I can't know whether I will I want to keep going until the day that I can stand...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually...
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to... So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world, but as your sensei, this is my promise. And
You can count on that. I'd be but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't just stand there staring.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition, the wind that blows from afar, for us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Ai seems super mysterious. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss...
Surely that child isn't flocking off.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Ayaka, how come...
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will...
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your...
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost...
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka...
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their vision. Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the winds... But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all...
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more...
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is a land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive... Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume... The almighty Shogun. She inspires awe, commands respect. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. The issue is this. For the vast majority, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive vision. Because of this, the attitude of most people...
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us...
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied to say a little more about Sangonomiya. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeat, they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the show.
Ooh, Paimon!
Oh? What would you like to...
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree... Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the for example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or
You're telling Paimon that there are...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamiza. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was...
Darn! So they...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identity, by no means do we intend to place the burden of such a... When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
The books were more interesting than the past. Books were more interesting in the past.
Yeah.